1947, Roswell, New Mexico. A crash would happen that would change the landscape forever. Many people believed that it was just a cover-up, and since then have come out with their own stories and videos in regards to alien abductions and encounters. Tonight's case file is no different. It started as a search for a cow and turned into something much, much more sinister. This is case file number 005, X-Files from Outer Space. We were contacted by two farmers named Jim and John. They had offered us $10,000 for the safe return of their precious baby calf, Ellie. They had seen us on previous videos and thought we were the right people for the job. So it's the beginning of our trip here, and we're heading out on another adventure.
Another adventure?
And look who's here.
I'm finally here. I'm like not away this time, and I'm not going nuts making you guys go look for sandwiches and all this weird stuff. That was weird. I don't know what that happened there.
I don't know.
My style kept changing. When I was looking over the footage, it was like, what the heck? I'm wearing a hat now, and all this crazy stuff. But and I see Mike's back.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now, after being hit by the blades of the drone, right?
I can't even see the sky.
Yeah.
No, the doctor was really good.
It was really good.
Excellent. So Jim and John, this is their farm. They're looking for Ellie the cow.
Looking for a cow.
They think this might be a UFO matter. And they've hired us, Mysteries of Beyond, 10 grand if we bring Ellie back, safe and sound.
Wait, there's UFOs in this now?
Potentially.
I thought we were just looking for a cow and that was it. Nobody said anything about UFOs to me.
No, I don't remember hearing about that, but that's fascinating.
Okay.
I'm in.
But you said 10 grand.
10 grand.
All right, I'm in.
Jim and John, you got yourself a contract.
Yeah. Let's go find this cow. What's the cow's name?
Ellie.
Ellie.
You got that poster over?
Yeah, I got it.
Just heard one of the cows back there. They want us to solve the case.
We're coming for you, Ellie.
Do you think Ellie climbed that tree?
Sometimes trees like that have interesting things underneath them.
Yeah.
I'm talking Pan's Labyrinth.
Oh, okay.
Ellie could be in another world underneath that tree.
Damon, are you sure you want to go in there?
I think we gotta.
You gotta? Mike, what about you? Do you think we should go in here?
We need to.
All right.
It's part of the job.
All right.
They trusted us to find the calf, Ellie.
Right.
So we gotta do it.
Here we go.
So when I was in high school, probably 17, I was out on my bike. I'd always go late at night for a ride, and one night I was biking by Oshkosh truck, and so there's a parking lot off to my right, and I look up and I see a black triangle silently float right over my head, and I thought, for that instant, I thought everything that the X-Files said was true. And I thought I was going to be abducted, and I actually kept riding my bike with my head turned down because I didn't want the aliens to know that I had seen them, because if they knew that I had seen them, they were going to abduct me. And then at the last second, I had to turn my head just to look one more time, just to verify did I really see what I saw. And when I looked back up, I just saw a flock of Canadian geese flying in triangle formation. So that's my alien story.
Nice.
Yeah. Guys, did you see that? There's a can over here. There's a Mountain Dew can, I think. Look at that. I'm not saying that's... No.
Maybe Ellie got into it and she's all jacked up on Mountain Dew now.
Maybe. It's like one of the few things I've seen so far. Probably not the most exciting, but it's something.
It's something.
I was listening to a podcast last night.
Yeah.
There's a comedian named Jody Miller.
Yeah.
And she said, like, the guys that are like fixing up her bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
She came in and the construction guys, the cans, their soda cans that were sawed in half. And she's like, she didn't understand why. But what they did is they got into her liquor and they were like pouring shots into it. And they got so drunk. One of them passed out in the neighbor's yard, and then one of them passed out in the middle of the street.
That's awesome.
That's what your construction workers are doing when you're at home. When you're at home.
Doing with that? I'll take it. I'll throw it out somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll put it in my bag.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just a soda can.
Yeah, I know, but after everything that's happened to us, I don't trust anything anymore.
I do it all the time.
Okay.
Pick up garbage.
Okay.
Throw it out later.
Alright. Do what you need to do.
I need to do it.
Alright.
Good job, Mike.
Yeah.
Ellie!
Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing on my end.
Ellie!
I think you're just seeing things. Like, what are you trying to find? Just like
Seeing if she's down there.
like a leg sticking up, or?
Ellie? I hope to God she's not down.
I don't know. I mean, do you really think it's in there?
7, 8 feet.
Yeah.
Ellie! They said that they have heard noises and they have seen things at night. We have access to their security cam, so we're gonna take a look at some of the footage, see what we can see. I mean, we keep an open mind.
Mm-hmm.
When people tell us aliens, we're the group that doesn't laugh. We're the group that takes it seriously.
And I'll add that these are not unusual people. These are normal people. They contacted us as a last resort in a way.
Sure.
They've looked at conventional means of explaining it, and
I believe
they
them.
can't figure it out.
I'm not saying they believe what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
So they believe it. They might not be right, but they believe it.
Yeah.
Right.
So we at least have to see.
Yeah.
10,000 on successful delivery of Ellie.
Okay.
Successful delivery would be
Dang it.
If we don't find her, it's just 1,000. So a lot's riding on this.
All right. I mean, Mike was just telling me like he was gypped out last time he fell with the money. Obviously, I didn't get anything because I was possessed. So.
I'm taking my portion and going to Hawaii.
Are you?
Yeah.
What about you, Jeremy?
More Bitcoin.
Bitcoin? Yeah. Sounds like a plan. What about you, Mike?
We'll run some.
I'm having problems with Sirius XM still, so
Oh.
I've got to pay off that.
Okay. That makes sense. Well, I'm going to Disney World. I don't give a crap what anybody says. Whoa. There's like a skid mark here or something. Look at that. That's a pretty big skid mark.
Oh my God.
You see it?
Yep.
That's from something big.
We could be getting close, my friend.
Think so?
Oh yeah.
That means 10 grand.
I love it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, let's keep going.
All right.
I like it. Whoa. Well, look at that. Mike, do you see this?
Yeah.
Look at that. It says exactly go that way. But that's got to mean something more than that.
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm getting a little turned around in here.
Yeah, me too. I'm a little lost. I mean, Jeremy and Damon are kind of like wandering all around. I'm not sure even know where they're going on this trail.
How are we supposed to even know which way to go now?
I don't know. I mean, it could have been a different direction and just kind of got spun around. Whatever. Oh, now it's telling us to go that way. I'm not going back that way, I can tell you that much. Let's just follow Damon and Jeremy, I guess. I'm not seeing anything over here, guys.
Someone check the water!
Whoa, hang on. Something's going on. Whoa. What's going on?
We're not finding her. Just someone go in the water and check so we can move on.
I already said I'm not going in there.
Check the water!
I don't want to do that.
Are you sure? I'm not the one who signed up to do this, so...
Damon, you're the one who said it's hot as balls out. Why don't
Yeah.
we could take a little dip? Doesn't that water look refreshing?
Yeah.
Effing towel.
Guys, you guys promised 10 grand.
10 grand maybe.
10 grand. I mean, come on.
So are you going to go in, Damon, or not? Or do I have to do it?
Go in.
You going in, Mike?
I guess.
Just got to find a good spot to get into here.
He's supposed to come out here.
Are you sure? Oh, he did go in right there, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see him.
Mike?
Mike?
We better not lose Mike and Ellie.
Again. Hey, Mike, where are you?
I'm over here.
Oh.
Whoa, what? You're down there.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Holy crap.
I'm exhausted.
You got a nice soaking there.
Oh.
Nice lily pad, by the way.
Yeah.
You see anything?
Do you see Ellie?
I guess not, no. I mean, did you see anything in the pond?
No, it's pretty murky actually. I couldn't really see much at all.
Oh.
Let's check that security cam footage
All right.
by the farm.
By the farm? So back to the farm. I don't have a towel for you, I'm sorry. We'll just have to...
That's all right. You know what? It actually doesn't feel that bad
Okay, that's good.
with this hot day.
Yeah,
And maybe it'll help with the bugs.
true.
It's so bright.
Guys.
Oh my God. Ah. I don't know where I am. Damon? Derek?
Mike? Damon? Derek?
Damon? Derek? Camera's still on.
Mike!
What the hell's going on?
I have no idea what happened to us. I don't know where they are.
Did you see those lights?
Oh, there's Jeremy.
Oh, hi.
There's Derek.
What the hell happened, guys? Where'd you guys go? What happened to you, Derek?
Derek?
Hello? No.
I just woke up by the pond. I mean, you're never gonna believe the events that I have to tell you, but there's some stuff I do remember, yeah. Yeah.
I can barely remember anything right now.
Remembering something.
Guys, I think I actually saw Ellie
You saw Ellie?
on another world.
Ellie.
The cow.
The cow? Cows.
Wait a minute. Ellie.
I think Derek's okay. I think we've all been through something really bizarre.
Cows.
Let's just try to stitch this together. Let's come on. Let's convene. Let's talk about it. Let's go out by the park pavilion area by the picnic tables, and we can try to figure out what happened.
Yeah. Let's go down there and figure out what happened. That's a good idea. So let's do that. Talk about cows. Ellie, right? Cow. Yeah. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Go down that way.
Or down this way.
Yeah.
How's
Let's
the
go
night?
down that way.
Good?
Yeah. I'm good.
All right.
Yeah.
Bam! We were out in space. I was in a spaceship. Ellie, the cow, I saw her.
You saw Ellie?
I saw Ellie.
I think I saw Ellie too.
No, how could you see Ellie if I saw Ellie? I remember looking up at the sky and seeing a tremendous light burst right above my head. And after that, I momentarily blacked out. Suddenly, I could feel my body beginning to float. It felt as though I could fly. And needless to say, I was really jacked up. It was the greatest feeling ever. However, I then noticed that there was a large disc-shaped object right above my head, and I realized that I was being beamed aboard an alien vessel. It was something right out of the X-Files. Then another flash of light occurred, and I was on board the mothership where I spotted 4 alien life forms. At first, I quite naturally feared for my life. However, I was soon pleasantly surprised that these aliens were actually very friendly. They knew I would be super hungry, so they put a pizza in the oven and they hooked me up with a 6-pack of micro brew beer. The good stuff right from the keg itself, not that crappy canned kind. The next thing I know is that we are zipping through space really quickly, and I can see a giant wormhole open up, and the craft went through it. We were literally couch surfing through the space-time continuum. The next thing I know is that we were orbiting a large alien planet that was pink in color, unlike anything in our own solar system. The planet appeared to be mostly made up of large rock formations. I could even spot a giant active volcano location on its surface from our vantage point in outer space. The 4 life forms then asked me if I would like to take a shuttle to the surface to explore more closely. Of course, I was a little bit apprehensive, but then I was like, heck yeah. I mean, when will I ever get back here again, you know? So, we all boarded a shuttle and flew to the surface of this brand new world. We started zipping through the canyons near the ground level. We were approaching speeds that no human-made aircraft could ever hope to achieve, and I noticed that the life form piloting the craft began hot-dogging it. I think he was trying to impress me with the way he was gunning it through those mountain ranges. The 4 beings then asked me if I would like to step foot on this strange new world, and I was like, I don't have a spacesuit, and I don't think I would be able to breathe that funky air without dying. But then they were like, we got your back, and they proceeded to hand me a spacesuit that actually fit me. The world that I walked out on was incredible. There were tall mountains all around me, and it felt I was in the middle of the Grand Canyon. Then something really strange happened. I looked over to my side and I saw Ellie, the baby cow. She looked like she was in good spirits, and the life forms were providing her with enough food and water. I actually thought she looked happy. But then I said to the life forms, "Hey guys, there are a couple farmers back on Earth that are really missing Ellie." They told me that when they saw Ellie, they just had to have her, being that she is so cute looking. But then I said, "But hey guys, everyone knows that the happiest cows are from Wisconsin." They seemed to accept that logic and agreed that she would be taken back. When we got back to the mothership, the life forms had prepared some nachos and cheese for me and Ellie. Ellie really loved those nachos. Then another giant wormhole opened up. It was almost as if I could actually see time and space bending right before my very own eyes. At this point, though, I started to feel really lightheaded, and the life forms recommended that I take a nap on the recliner for the rest of the trip back. The next thing I remember then was, again, the sensation that I was flying through the clouds. At that point then, I woke up on top of a tree. No more spaceship, no more life forms, no more Ellie the cow. So I turned on my cell phone's flashlight app and I started to look for the rest of you guys. And that's my story. That's what I remember.
After the flash of lights overhead, I started feeling strange. A mix of nausea and pain throughout my entire body. Memories of my life began to flash. I thought of milestones, achievements, good times, bad times, and I wondered if this was really the end for me. Once the memories ceased, everything went black and the pain stopped. I heard buzzing and whirring. The air smelled awful, like rotten milk. As my vision returned slowly, I could make out the shapes of two tall and skinny figures coming toward me. They grabbed me by my shoulders and they picked me up, and then they walked me down a long hall and then into another room. When we entered, one of the figures motioned toward a chair in the center of the room. When I didn't immediately move, they pushed me. Next thing I knew, complete darkness again. I awoke one more time, sitting up in the chair. The air smelled much better at this point. It reminded me of the lobby of a Vegas hotel. Very floral. My hands and feet were now bound, and fear consumed and paralyzed me. I looked around the room for any possible answers, but found nothing of significance. Completely white walls and floors, blinding bright lights, a table in front of me, and I think that was about it. Upon the table were some strange-looking devices. 3 sheets of paper, and there was a uniquely odd symbol on each of the sheets of paper, like an alien symbol. And then there was a tiny metallic cube. Feeling defeated, I leaned back in my chair. I slowly started to close my eyes when suddenly a shockwave hit my brain. I don't quite know how to articulate it. It was like my brain stuck a fork in an outlet. After that, I saw visions of Ellie, the baby cow. She was beautiful. So beautiful. But suddenly I could understand her. She was terrified, screaming. She begged me to free her from this hell that she was in. I was horrified. "Ellie!" I shouted. The visions were interrupted as the 2 figures came back into the room. They stood in front of the table and stared at me. The one on my left pointed at me, and then the sheets of paper. My body froze completely as it began to speak. I could understand what it was saying as it ordered me to shuffle the papers and lift the cube. After the request, I was unfrozen again. I looked at the 3 sheets of paper very quickly, and as soon as I did, they all blew off the table. It was fucking insane. I moved them with my mind. I actually moved the papers with my mind. Once that happened, the aliens appeared to grow frustrated, and they left the room. I sat back in my chair again and got another brain zap. More visions. This time, massive alien armies coming towards Earth. It's an invasion in what appears to be the end of humanity. I'm shaking at this point and trying to recite any prayer that I can remember from Catholic school. The images of war begin to dissolve into psychedelic patterns and shapes. A humming in my ears starts to grow to a crescendo, and suddenly, poof, I'm out in the woods, back on the trail. All the proof I ever wanted, but at what cost? Horrible revelations, no souvenirs, and no Ellie.
What did you want me to say? You want to know the truth? All right, fine. I'm going to warn you all, though. This story isn't to be taken lightly. It all started with an image of a cow. One of the most interesting creatures of existence. We needed to find it, study it. We needed to find it. So we began our journey on the planet. A bright light suddenly flashed over my eyes, along with a loud bang. Things went dark, like deep space. I didn't know whether I was still alive or dead. It was clear to me that something went terribly wrong. The brightness soon dissipated, revealing a large door in front of me. The door began to open, with light coming out, almost blinding me once again. 3 odd-looking figures started to show themselves and began walking towards me. I was pissing out lemonade at this point. The smoke began to disappear. A huge ship-like structure was revealed. All I could think was this my end? The 3 figures grabbed me by the arm and lifted me up. I was speechless as they towered over me while I stood. They spoke in some weird, odd language. I couldn't make it out. All I could understand was cow. The word cow became the constant word of repetition. I knew we were looking for some cow named Ellie, but apparently these odd figures might be looking for this same cow as well. It was as if the cows were their god. I didn't know how to really respond, other than saying, "Where a cow?" Their eyes opened wide. They looked at each other with excitement and began calling for something out loud. 4 black suited men were then revealed, walking ever so slow outside the ship. I was beginning to think, was this some kind of joke? Because how slow they were walking? They came up to me. The 4 began asking me a million questions about cows and how they work. I'm like, how the hell am I supposed to know about that? They eat grass and make milk. Sometimes we eat them too. That's all I knew. The 4 black suited men didn't like my tone of voice and asked if I knew where the cow named Ellie is. I looked at them and said, "That's the same cow that we're looking for." A sudden bitch-like slap went across my face from the tall, orange-haired, black-suited man. I was pissing even more now. The lemonade was pouring out. The orange-haired man yelled at me and asked me the same old question. "Where is Ellie the cow? We need it." Freaking out, I just pointed towards the direction of the farm that we first encountered. They looked at each other and smiled and spoke in the creature language. I still couldn't make it out. I thought it was, out of this situation. Boy, was I wrong. The figures grabbed me and began walking me into the ship. I glanced over my shoulder and saw an army of these creatures walking in the distance. What did I just do? I felt like I screwed up the existence of cows. The door closed behind me, and things became black once again. I don't really remember what happened next. I just woke up by the roadway here, and now bumped into you 3 friends.
It is difficult to explain what actually happened. I'm still trying to distinguish what was real and what maybe was a dream. I have no perception of how much time passed while this happened. It feels like a year, but really I have no idea. The last thing I remember before this event was us doing our investigation looking into the missing cattle. After that, I recall a beam of light penetrating my bedroom. I'm brought out of my bed, surrounded by particles of something. My body passed through the ceiling of my room, the attic, and the roof, and I was brought into a portal on a circular ship hovering above the house. Once I was on board, the portal closed, and I was in a dimly lit room. I looked around, still a bit sleepy, saw a figure standing still in a corner. We watched each other for a moment, and suddenly it sprinted straight at me. It was so fast, I couldn't even react. It jabbed me with something sharp on my back, and then the room lit up. I saw the creature more closely. Slender, yellow-green skin, large black eyes, ugly. I felt the back of my neck, and there was something attached to me. It was hard and rectangular. I know I had eaten just before our investigation, but I was feeling hunger I had never felt before in my life. The creature brought out something on a platter, a jelly-like substance with little worm-like things moving in it. The creature gestured as if I was supposed to eat it. I refused, and it became violent. It ran over to a table and came running back with a large syringe filled it with the jelly, and stabbed it into my torso. I knew then I was going to die there if I didn't do something, so I threw the platter in the creature's face, ripped the needle out of me, and ran for the exit. I had no idea where I was going. There were long, dark hallways going many directions. I didn't see anyone else around. There was a light down one of the halls, and I went toward it. Inside that room, through the windows, I saw more of these creatures standing in front of what looked like massive computer servers and mainframes. I saw more of the rectangular things that were in my neck. In another room down the hall, I saw an immense room with more of the creatures hovering in what looked like sleeping chambers. I looked more closely and realized this was a cloning lab. I saw a copy of a creature appear in the chamber, right before my eyes. In another room, I saw a projection of a video playing. It looked like a large city, maybe in New York or Philadelphia, or maybe in another country. The city looked deserted, garbage everywhere, filthy air, people in body bags. The ship that abducted me dropped 3 of the creatures down, and they were in some type of force field. I think what I was watching was a live recording of an Earth invasion. I went to another room, looking for my exit, and I saw more of the creatures. They did not look like my abductor, but they were certainly not human. These creatures were being kept in cages. In that moment, I had some clarity, and I realized my abductors have invaded other planets. These creatures in the cages were prisoners of war. It was there in another room that I saw the little calf, Ellie, we were tracking, sitting in a little stall. She looked unharmed, but behind it I saw even more cattle. Not just cattle, though. I saw chickens, goats, pigs, and even aquariums filled with fish. I picked up Ellie, and coming down the hall was a mob of these creatures running straight for me. I ran as fast as I could and locked myself in a room. There were a bunch of control panels, and I started pressing buttons in a panic. I don't know what I pressed, but the next thing happened is I landed hard on the roof of my house with Ellie still in my arms. I sat for a moment. Next thing I remember is being back with all of you. Something about all of this seemed very familiar to me, and I realized that I have been having this nightmare since as long as I can remember. Sometimes I'd have it 4 times a week, sometimes not for 2 years. What does it mean? I've connected the dots, and this is what I've discovered. These creatures are going to come for us, and they'll come violently. They will poison our food supply. They will send down moles to inject themselves in our society and come back to report. These moles will look just like us with the microchip. It could be any of us. I know this is happening, and we need to do something now. I have the proof to show you.
A truly terrifying tale, indeed. After we were done recounting our tales of abduction, we would eventually find Ellie, but in the meantime, lose Derek, seemingly in an instant. It was like he was there 1 minute and the next minute he was gone. So the search was on. We had to go find Derek. As for the aliens, well, just keep your eyes in the skies. You never know what you might find. Good night, my friends. A truly terrifying tale, indeed. Again, I'll look at the camera this time. As far as personal stories for just me, I mean, I used to sit in the hot tub and look up and look for stuff, but never really saw anything cool.
You still have that hot tub?
I do.
One more thing, too, I want to point out to the audience. When we do these mysteries, it's hot as balls out here.
Yes.
And we're getting attacked by bugs. So when we put these up on Facebook, you should like these videos. They're not easy to do. Please.
If you could just, that would be great.
Hit that, smash that like button. Smash it, subscribe, support what we're doing, this cause.
We were getting eaten alive here for you.